All right, now we have another example of how sign can change your inequality. Here I have negative x over 4 divided by 4 is less than or equal to 8. So I'm dividing by negative 4 or 4, but I'm trying to make sure that that sign of my solution is a positive sign. So if I'm dividing by 4, I'm going to reverse that. My inverse operation from division is multiplication, so I'm going to multiply by negative 4 on both sides of this inequality. Again, you have a one-stepper just to demonstrate the significance of changing your sign. So the negative 4s will cancel out, and I end up with x is greater than or equal to negative 32. So again, paying attention to the fact that I changed the direction of my inequality. As opposed to less than or equal to, I now have greater than or equal to. So let's test and again show why this is. So we're going to test something greater than negative 32, so the number 1 is greater than negative 32, so we're going to test 1, x equals 1. So actually, let's test x equals 4, make it easier for ourselves. So we're going to test in the original, negative 4, because we have to do a negative of what we're evaluating, 4 over 4 less than or equal to 8. Well, negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1, and that is true. Negative 1 is less than or equal to 8. Now let's test this if this was the other way around. So we're going to test x is less than or equal to negative 32 if we had never bothered to change our inequality. So let's test a number less than negative 32. I'm going to test x equals negative 40. Remembering that when we're less than a negative number, the further away from 0 it is, the lower it is. So I'm going to test negative 40. Negative 40 goes in. Remember that there's a negative in the original, so that means I end up with a double negative here, less than or equal to 8. So negative of negative 40 is positive 40. Positive 40 divided by 4 is 10. 10 is not less than or equal to 8, so that makes this untrue. This does not work. So again, you got to remember, change the direction of that inequality as needed. And you can hear me doing this think aloud of what I'm doing. This should be what goes through your head, especially if you know that your teacher has told you, hey, you make mistakes on your inequalities when you're dealing with negative numbers. So pay attention to that and you can help fix your own mistakes. So I'm graphing x is greater than or equal to negative 32. Greater than or equal to gives me a closed circle, and I am going to go greater than. So greater than is to the right, and then I have graphed my solution.